Yeah, this is 42.space. Let me refresh. This is the map of all the dreams in the world, or at the moment, 1,000 dreams. Uh, but I don't know, it looks so cool, right? Like it's 3D, you can zoom in. You can't like click and search anywhere at the moment, but that's coming. I'm doing some voxel clustering stuff later. But yeah, so when you first come into the app, you just are faced with kind of you're here, and then three different agents that are kind of these satellites that are hanging out, and then these different sections. This section is kind of where you'll write your to-dos and your goals, and then here this section is more about reflection, adding kind of things that you're thinking about. Like you can be like excited to um, submit the next update to build space, and that gets saved. And then over time, as you're like here for instance felt like shit because it's 3 a.m. 3 a.m. and I have not finished yet. Yeah, that was a couple of hours ago. But over time, you can see kind of like you can build up a full archive of memories and thoughts. This is kind of becomes your second brain. So I'm very excited about this, not only because it looks fucking dope, but I don't know. I think the idea of being able to speak with your past self, or like having all that wisdom, kind of all these. Imagine this is just July, but this is my entire year. So imagine you put a ring for every year, and all of a sudden you have almost like a tree trunk representing your entire life. One picture, one piece of art to represent your entire life, all of your thoughts and your wisdom and your dreams and your goals and your connections, all in one picture, where the surrounding things represents what happened, and the map in the middle represents everything that can be, or all the dreams, basically. Um, yeah, so super excited about that, about this section, and even more excited about the map itself. At the moment, when you get in there, there's only you. You're the only guy on the map, and the AI agents. But in the future, like as you add more things to it, other people will start popping up onto your map. But as you can see, we got a new message here from Root. And Root is kind of the onboarding agent that I designed, and it's just using ChatGPT in the background um, to do this kind of onboarding where it takes you through the information. I kind of like when it's onboarding through chat instead of through this forms. But it will create the first goal that and goals are important in 42 because everything is mapped to goals, thoughts, reflections, people, and your actions. So for instance, you can see that it created a goal here called Stay Alive, which has a deadline of 46 years. Uh, at the moment, the estimated uh, time of life for everyone on the app is 75 years. So this will be very different when I actually make it fancy. But like right now, it says that I have 46 years to live, which is a bit depressing, but also puts a little bit of a fire under my ass. Well, let's go back to Root. Basically, it creates that first goal and then links it to and computes something called a North Star directly. So every time you add a new goal or add a new thought or reflection, it computes or modifies or updates the North Star. And your North Star is kind of like the overarching, your meta goal, your meta dream, the thing that you're aiming for that might be more abstract, might be more value based, but it underpins everything else. All the other goals kind of align towards that direction, and that's important. That's kind of the one of the fundamental building blocks of 42 is that the traceability of why you do what you do every day, every single second counts. Like the TV show The Bear, I really like that TV show. but it's true. Every second counts, and we want to spend as much time as possible doing something towards a direction that we really truly care about or we believe is worth it. And that's what this kind of traceability is trying to achieve. So not only do we do goal to North Star traceability, but also um, we can add a to do, for instance, submit nights and weekend update for the hackathon. And then we can add another one, which is going to go for a run, 5K, sleep, god damn it. So basically that's just a really fancy to-do list, but you can see that it's already updating, really ugly updating, but what you can see is kind of like it's creating uh, these these this traceability here. So you have kind of here win the hackathon, yeah. But that's the goal that it tried to estimate from that single to do, and it gets better at estimating the more to dos that you have assigned to different goals. And you can go into the goals section and you can rename these if you want to. But yeah, this is kind of the whole point of this section of 42, is that everything that you do, every action that you take, needs to matter, needs to be for a goal that you're pursuing or that you intentionally want to do, and everything else is it will question. um, and yeah, so that's kind of how this section works with these little. It's a very fancy to-do list basically, but uh, these agents will start coming into the to-do list later on and start to automate certain things and stuff like that. But if we go back to root here, it's just we can add another goal here. For instance, you can see that the to-do already is updated on the sleep for staying alive. It's good. So it kind of tries to not create new ones if it doesn't have to. So if there's already one that's kind of mapping to it, it tries to map it to one that's pre-existing, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, so we can create another one, which is basically I want to attend the SF meetup for build space this year, which I really want, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get there. It's quite far, and I live in the middle of nowhere up in the Arctic in Norway. But yeah, so it will ask some follow up because it really wants to understand the why, and that's really a key fundamental building block as well of 42. All the AIs are trying to figure out kind of why you're trying to do this. Why do you want to plan it like this? It's trying to kind of extract preferences to some degree, but also trying to really challenge you to justify why do I want to attend that? Because I want to connect deeply with other builders. And then it will save this goal as well. Attending SF meetup. Cool. And then all of these goals just will be on this map. Here it is. And the more you add and the more you work towards them, the more your to-dos you add, the bigger the stars grow. So you kind of get this beautiful image of the things that you spend more time on will be more present, and then the ones that fade out are the ones that you don't really care too much about. So this it's early days, but I'm in love with this map, you know, and soon everybody is going to be on it, you know. There's going to be like people coming up in the map, and your paths, your little game paths that you can play every day that the agents will create every night. They will come up on the map as well. So I'm excited. I'm really excited, but this is what I have so far, and I think I'm just going to try to get it to production for the whole next week, basically, just so people can have a play with it. I think I'm going to work a little bit on Daisy Daisy is that is the next agent that I want to finish, which is basically this agent that plans your goals. So it's kind of like goal manager. So the root agent is an onboarding agent, and then Daisy is this agent that tries to figure out that next step, that figure out, okay, how do we continuously iterate and create and craft the systems and the plans that you're pursuing or doing towards all the goals. Um, and that's going to be wild visually, but also I think quite useful, because then you can also start to introduce automation. So like you can generate a list of to-dos, and then you can see, oh, what kind of agents do we have that can fulfill these kind of things that are in the plan. So that's what I want to create for this section. So you can kind of think of 42. I know it's taking a long time now, but 42 is kind of two things. It's this system to try to get you that next step every day, remove that uncertainty, and make you work towards it in the most efficient way possible. And I achieve that basically through these agents that will proactively work on the goals when you're sleeping, and then when you wake up, you have something that you can like a little thing that you can do, or something that you can read, or somebody you can call. And then the second part of 42 is this section which I'm very excited about, which is that like connecting you with others based on your shared dreams, but also your shared north stars, and also your shared struggles, because there will be black holes on this map. And I know we're going like on the deep end with the space analogies, but I just love space so much, and that everything on this project became space related. Well, fuck it. I'm in charge. I get to decide what it looks like, and this really excites me. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Give me some feedback uh, on what it looks like, but also what you would want to see, how it should function. Uh, does it make any sense? Is this something that you would want to use, or is it just like this has no utility whatsoever? Uh, yeah, just yeah, let me know what you guys think.